in a retirement home, the generations mix and everyone learns. Marie Locken shakes hands with Finn Boatman IV after the group made sack lunches for the homeless. The Intergenerational Learning Center in West Seattle, Washington is popular with young families looking to open the children to the realities of aging. Seattle, Washington. The little boy in a bright green shirt tightly holds onto a sandwich bag and asks, "Can you open this for me?" He hands the bag to the elderly man seated to his right. "Sure I can, buddy," says 92-year-old David Creary. The man's wrinkled hands reach for the bag and slowly tear at the opening. Daycare meets elder care. Now happy, the little boy starts stuffing sandwiches into the bag. "I haven't worked with him in a while," Creary says. "He's smart." Creary is an elderly man who lives at Providence Mount St. Vincent Retirement Home in West Seattle. It is also known as the Mount. Retirement homes are a place for elderly or older people. One Friday, a group of elderly people and some children packed sack lunches for the homeless. It is one of many activities that bring elderly and young people together. The program is run by the Intergenerational Learning Center, or ILC. It is a daycare center located inside a retirement home for older people. Children can come to the ILC 5 days a week. The children's ages are from 6 weeks to 5 years old. They interact with the older people who live at the Mount. Their average age is 92. The activities they do together include music, art, and story time. Learning never gets old. Charlene Boyd, who runs the Mount, says the ILC was developed 23 years ago. "We wanted this to be a place where people come to live, not come to die," Boyd said. She says interacting with children cheers up the older people. It also helps young children learn about the good and bad parts of aging. "It's normal for someone to use a wheelchair or a walker, and that's just part of life," Boyd said. "These kids see that every day and they're not afraid." The ILC has become a popular program. Currently, there are 125 students in the daycare center. It has a waiting list of 2.5 years. Growing Together. Eileen Harami has taught at the center for 13 years. She says the children learn to respect older people. She says sometimes it's joyful and sometimes it's stressful, but they try to grow together. Ryan Smith, Charlene Boyd's son, was one of the first children enrolled in the daycare center. Now he is 23 years old. He says the program made him want to help others. Not long ago, Smith finished school at Washington State University. He is studying to become a firefighter. He says the program had a big effect in his life. "It made me more aware of my surroundings and of elderly people." Eileen McCloskey plans activities for the older people who live at the Mount. She says the older people's eyes light up when they talk to the children. "Nothing else comes close." "You just step back and let this magic happen," McCloskey said. Victor Workington has 2 children in the program. They are ages 2 and 5. He thinks the center has had a big effect on the way his kids see the world. He says it has helped them solve problems and take new chances. Not long ago, Workington and his family moved from West Seattle to Issaquah, Washington. He has to drive a longer time to get to the ILC. Still, he continues to make the trip for his children. "It's worth it to me," he said. "I haven't found anything that comes close." Quiz. Which paragraph in the section "Learning Never Gets Old" best summarizes the main idea of that section? Question 2. Which sentence best represents the central idea of the section "Nothing else comes close"? A. One man thinks the daycare at the Mount is the best daycare he has found. B. The way children and elderly people work together at the Mount is magical. C. The Mount helps children learn how to solve problems and see the world differently. D. Two children who are ages 2 and 5 go to daycare at the Mount even though they moved away. Question 3. Why does the author include the section Daycare Meets Elder Care? A. To give details about who lives at the Mount. B. To explain what is special about this retirement home. C. To show that the elderly man thinks the young boy is smart. D. To describe the activities that older people and children do together. Question 4. Which text structure is used most in the section Growing Together? A. Causes. B. Solutions. C. Examples. D. Comparisons.